said just to sit on. Yeah. Yeah. It's an interesting stretch for Staples, and they've got Warde today, which that would be a challenge.
Warde actually has a 1-to-1 ratio right now, with actually 3 ties, so it seems like they can't really close.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how Staples finishes today, if they can kind of take hold of the lead early and finish hard against Warde.
Yeah, of course. Who do you have your eye on? Because
I think Alexia Ninos will definitely be an interesting player today. It's her first start as goalie. She's a freshman, so it's pretty exciting for her, especially being her brother. So
freshman goalie, wow, that's crazy.
yeah, so it's exciting for her to get her first start, and I think that Warde's goalie will obviously be pretty important today because Staples has a pretty strong attack.
Yeah, I agree because the captain, Jess Leon, seems to be pretty good too, scoring a few goals last game, I think I recall.
Yeah, and Emma Nahan is also a strong player to keep your eye on. She's committed to U10 field hockey already as a junior, so she'll definitely look to make her mark in the game today. Another key player is freshman Tyler Oskin, who is a nominee for report.
The kickoff is happening right now with Jess Leon at the front.
Yeah, Fairfield Warde's taking the kickoff.
Sure thing.
Number 7 on Fairfield Warde pushes attack. Fairfield Warde, Tyler Oskin's on the ball right now for Staples, number 28. She's been able to take the ball from the Fairfield Warde defender, and she's giving it over to Jess Leon in the middle. Jess Leon's looking to try to make a move on a Warde defender. Jess Leon's got a breakaway right now. Oh, goal by, oh, not a goal. Nice save by Fairfield Warde's goalie.
Right.
Fairfield Warde's bringing it back out. Nice pass up to the second defenseman by the Warde defender, but
that's out of bounds.
yeah, back to Staples.
Jess Leon has a mean breakaway.
Yeah, Jess Leon already got a breakaway in this game, and a nice save by Fairfield Warde's goalie. Now Staples is moving the ball back to the field. Number 15, Isabel Roberts, with a nice pass. Oh, and Fairfield Warde takes it back at midfield, but Isabel Roberts is able to retrieve the ball. Nice pass up to Tyler Oskin on attack. He's pressed by a Warde defender, but she's able to run around her as she presses the net. She's looking for Jess Leon and Adela Aubrey in the middle, but unfortunately she loses the ball. And now Staples has actually gotten a corner of the first one of the game, so they'll be able to pass the ball back out to kind of the top of the slot, so they can shoot it back in. Well, Warde's defenders will rush out of the net.
That's
so
only 2 minutes in, right?
yeah, so Charlotta Strange will take this first corner, and they give it over to Tyler Oskin. Nice backhanded shot by Tyler Oskin, and a nice save by Warde's goalie. And Staples will
miss the 13-minute mark, 2 minutes in, and the score is still 0-0 in period 1.
Yeah, Staples has actually gotten it back. And a nice shot by Staples towards the net, but it doesn't get all the way there. And it unfortunately hits Tyler Oskin's foot, so Warde's going to get the ball back out of their zone.
Now, Nikos, it seems after the 30-yard line, it seems that Staples hits a wall with Warde's defense.
Yeah,
they keep shooting, but they can't really get a hold of that one goal.
Yeah, they've actually got another corner right now, so they'll get another chance to hopefully bang one in, but they definitely have trouble kind of converting in the slot. And a nice pass back over to Tyler Oskin off the corner, and she's going for that backhand shot again. She definitely likes it.
That's a goal!
That's a goal by Tyler Oskin. Nice backhand shot in the first 3 minutes of the game. So Staples obviously with a strong start. We want to see what Warde has to kind of push back, but a very nice shot by freshman Tyler Oskin. So 1-0.
It's been mainly Staples as offense, but I'd like to see what they got.
So push it back. Yeah, Warde's definitely having issues with their first pass out of the kind of their defensive end, as Tyler Oskin gets the ball back going towards the Warde net. Tyler Oskin's got this nice move around the defender where she's able to kind of use her shoulder to defend the ball against the Warde defender, and it's been working for her. But unfortunately, she loses the ball here, so Warde defender is going to bring it back out to the top of the slot.
How are you? There we go.
As Warde's pushing the ball up the field right now, but they're being defended well. Defended defended well by number 25 on Staples. Sophia Hidalgo, obviously not a name that I'm used to pronouncing. Number 12, Charlotte Strength string the ball down the field as Staples attacks again. Unfortunately, the ball goes out, so I have to stop these corners. This is definitely dangerous. Kyle Osmond already scored off one of them.
Warde's really got to, work together, recuperate against these corners. They're just killing them.
Yeah, as the ball comes over to number 10, Catherine Azel, who passes it over to Jess Leon, and looks like another goal for Staples.
2 goals for Staples. Staples on with a strong start.
Number 20, Jess Leon, with her first goal of the game. So definitely Warde needs to toughen up their defense and move the ball down the field. So definitely an interesting start of the game. I'd like to see what Warde has to push back against Staples' second line. And hopefully we have a pretty good one coming up for the rest of this first quarter. Nice pass to the side by Warde. Fortunately, number 3, Chloe Hackett, it hits her foot, so Warde regains possession, but they push it right out of bounds. Number 17, Margaret Hornuk is gonna, number 14, Isabel Roberts is gonna take this pass in. Comes back to number 16, Riley Chapolza, who has a nice pass across the number 7.
Warde with possession?
Yeah. Back to Riley Chapolza, who's kind of Staples' last defender, making nice passes up across. Isabel Roberts with another nice pass to Margaret Horner. Kind of seems stuck with 2 Warde defenders on it. She pushes it back to Roberts. Roberts is bringing the ball up the field and gives it to Hornick. Unfortunately, that pass is taken away by a Warde defender, and then it bounces out of bounds. So Warde has another pass in. They get it right to number 9, Sophia Blum, who passes it, who still has the ball, but it's taken away by a Warde defender, who passes it right to number 8 on Staples, Sophia Anderson, but it bounces out. Sophia Anderson passes it in to number 6, Isabel Nahan, who gives it to number 10, Catherine Azel, back to Riley Chapolza, over to Isabel Roberts. Roberts gives it to Hornuk. Hornuk loses the ball to a Warde defender, but unfortunately hits her foot. So Warde keeps possession. Nice play by Riley Chapolza to break up a pass going through the middle, but she throws it out of bounds. So Warde's going to take possession on Staples' half of the field. This is actually the first time Warde played dead on Staples' half of the field, so I'd like to see what they can do on possession.
Well, yeah, whenever Staples...
Yeah, actually, Warde's pushing it towards Staples' goal. Nice move by number 14 on Warde to get it towards her. Unfortunately, it bounces back out to Staples. Sophia Blum brings up the field. Yes, 2-0 for Staples. Sophia Blum brings up the field. Nice move to get around a Warde defender as she pushes the ball towards the man with Chloe Hackett. Chloe Hackett with the ball in the circle for Staples. She throws it to a Warde defender who pushes it out of bounds. So that looks like Staples got the Warde goal and get corners, which is really helping them. I mean, their first 2 goals have come off corners. So Warde's really got to work on playing defense, but not playing aggressive and getting the ball pushed out by themselves towards their own goal, which is getting them corners. As Isabel Nahan with a nice shot that Warde's goalie is able to save. We've got to fight for the ball in the circle right now. As the Staples player is able to push it towards the Warde goal, but that's a nice save by Warde's goalie.
The score is still 2-0, and it doesn't seem like Warde can get any shots in.
Sophia Anderson and Isabel Roberts is a really strong defense with the Staples. And Staples has another corner coming up right now. They give it over to number 7, Caroline Rochelle, with a nice shot, but that misses the net wide. So Warde will get another chance to bring the ball out of their zone.
Hopefully they can on their offense.
Yeah, as they try to push the ball to the right side of the field.
It seems a lot like there's not a lot of passing and more one person going.
Staples plays a really well-defined structure of defensemen and midfielders.
Yeah.
Warde isn't able to penetrate that completely. They keep getting the Warde attackers.
Warde needs stronger cohesion, stronger passes where they just don't have it.
Yeah,
they have a few strong offenders, but without your team, you can't really move it up the field.
They've got some very fast attackers who can get the ball kind of around Staples' defensemen sometimes, but they just need to be able to get the ball from their defensemen up to those attackers. As the ball comes back to another Warde defenseman. But it hits Chloe Hackett's foot, so Warde's going to have a chance to bring the ball to the field again. Nice pass by a Warde player up to the middle.
Ward's
But
really struggling getting
Margaret
these
Horn-
passes in.
Margaret Horner really pushed there, but she unfortunately was unable to steal the ball, and Ward keeps it. Nice pass to the outside by Ward, but unfortunately trips over one of their players' stick. Isabel Roberts will take this pass and give it to number 10, Margaret Horner, in the middle of the field. Gives it over to Sophia Anderson on defense. She's getting it back to Riley Hughes, that stuck defender for the Wreckers. Nice pass up to Isabel Roberts by her. And then straight up to number 17, Margaret Horner again. Staples is really playing kind of a very well passing game. They're able to keep possession and get the ball up the field fast, as Isabel Nahan tries to take to the net. And unfortunately, she kind of roughed up a Ward defender on the way, so Ward's going to take the ball.
Yeah.
Nice intercept by Margaret Hornig, as number 3, Chloe Hackett, is taking the ball towards the net. Chloe Hackett gives it back to Hornig. Tries a shot at that, but that's stopped by a Ward defender. And Ward is able to get the ball out of their immediate zone, but Isabel Roberts brings it right back in and gives it over to Isabel Nahan. Makes a nice move on the goal line, but unfortunately Ward's goalie has a nice save. So it looks like Ward will bring it back out of their zone again.
Yeah, Ward just doesn't really have the team cohesion factor right now. It seems like Ward's going a lot harder, while Staples has a lot of passes and are communicating with each other a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. The Wreckers coach Ian has done a very good job kind of developing this team to work as a unit. Unlike Ward, really Staples is able to just maintain control of the ball, barely move around. They don't even. Most of the Staples players aren't being like the Ward players. It's just that Staples plays such a good team game that they're around Ward and score.
Yeah, the score right now is 2-0.
Still,
Staples.
as the rate Sophie Anderson passes the ball. Nice pass up to Isabel Nahan, who then gives it to Sophia Blum, who's going to take this towards the net. As Blum takes it for the net, she tries to cross it, but a Ward defender knocks it back out of the zone. So it looks like back out of
For the ball.
Yeah, it seems like Ward's defense doesn't really feel comfortable attacking with their sticks to try to kind of tackle or take the ball away. They're just content to kind of play as like a blob in front of the net and just prevent goals.
You see, I don't know how Ward can keep up like this with the level of aggression they're playing with doesn't really translate to the rest of the game.
Yeah, as the ball comes back to Isabel Roberts, who's going to look to try to bring this towards the net. Oh, it's a Ward's defender, but she keeps possession. Nice shot towards the goal, but a nice save by the Ward goalie, as it's back in a jam for Staples, and it looks like Ward will bring the ball back out of the zone.
I gotta give a shout out to Catherine Foley, the goalie, who was saving like 4 or 5 shots
Yeah,
so far.
after the first 2 goals, she's played very well. She's probably had 5 or 6 shots since then and saved all of them, and a lot of them have been right from in front of the net.
Her defense isn't really helping her out, and I think I don't think she can do these goals for much longer.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough game for her if this defensive effort keeps up. As Staples takes the ball back towards her goal, but a nice tackle by a Ward defender, actually stepping up on the ball, and she's able to take it away momentarily. But it's back to Isabel Nahan in front of the net. As Isabel Nahan keeps possession, it's going to go for a backhanded shot on the goalie, but a nice save by Catherine Foley again. But Isabel Nahan falls to the ball, so Ward's going to gain possession. Hopefully they can take it up the field and kind of attack Staples' defense. This must be a kind of hard effort for Alexia Nunez, because it's hard being a goalie kind of standing down there with no action. I don't know what you think about that, Caleb, but it's going to break away.
Hey, it's good for Staples, bad for Alexia, what can you say? It seems like the Ward goalie is getting a lot more action and getting a lot more plays, but it's not the best because she is getting a lot of shots scored on her. The Ward is taking it up the field right now.
Yeah, but a nice play by Riley Hughes that kind of stopped that attack. Staples swarms in that. As the ball bounces off a Ward stick, and so Staples is going to get another pass in. And Isabel Roberts is going to take this one. As she gives it up to Margaret Hornig, who looks to kind of take the ball towards the net. Nice play by Ward's defender. Kind of forces Hornig to the outside, which can't be dangerous to anybody. And it looks like it hits a Ward defender's shoe, so Isabel Roberts is going to bring this into the box. She gives it to Isabel Nahan, who's got a clear shot. And a nice play by Warde defender to kind of block that shot and stop the kind of fine.
Translate to the offensive effort, which is very weak right now. It is
Yeah, but unfortunately that play resulted in another corner for Staples. So with 10 seconds left, Staples is going to take their 6th or 7th corner of this game as it comes out to Catherine Hazel, who isn't able to get the shot off. But they give it over to Caroline Rochelle, who bounces out of bounds. That's the first quarter.
The score is 2-0 Staples still. Now that was a very strong quarter.
Staples came with a score when their second line came on, but they still controlled play. But obviously that first line for Staples is deadly with Jessley on the top. Yeah, communication is really the eyes to your back of the head in field hockey. Because when you got the ball in your stick and someone's behind you, or you can't really see them in your blind spot, you need to know where they're there so you can give them a nice pass and get the ball to the field. But Warde hasn't been able to do that so far. As another Warde pass bounces off the stick and goes out of bounds. So Staples will take over on this one with Isabel Roberts. It's Isabel Roberts with a nice pass back to number 10, Catherine Hazel, who brings it across the field. She looks for Caroline Rochelle. Caroline Rochelle, part of that stud defensive line with Brian Souza and Isabel Roberts. Unfortunately, Catherine Hazel misses that ball, but Margaret Hornig is able to retrieve that. Nice move around a Warde defender to kind of get free in that zone. She hits a Warde defender. So it looks like Warde will kind of keep this ball back, but fortunately they give it right back to number 16, Riley Chupsa. So that kind of odd man rush kind of got relegated. Number 2, Ronnie Hughes bumping the ball to the field. Comes out of bounds, so Warde will push back.
Now, it seems like the Warde offense isn't really stepping it up so far. The last offensive they had, they hit it right into the hand of the Staples defense. It seems like their offense doesn't really have a plan. They're just trying to get it up the field.
Yeah, you can't do that against like a Staples defensive line like this. They'll just kind of take the ball and say thank you and pass it right back down into your offensive zone.
Yeah, it seems they're not on the same team.
Yeah, as Warde gets another chance from midfield to kind of formulate an offensive attack, but they give it right back to Isabel Nahan. She makes a nice move around that defender and pushes the ball down the field. Almost another nice move, but she kind of gets the ball tapped and loses control. She still has the ball, tries to center it to Staples, but that comes out of bounds. So looks like
Warde really has to turn the tide of this game if they want to win for the second quarter.
Yeah, it's actually that ball deflected off of Warde defender, so Staples retains possession and comes back to Caroline Rochelle.
Now it seems that Warde defense is really stepping it up right now. They're not letting Staples get a lot more shots in. I don't think there's been a shot this period so far.
In the first 3 minutes.
But the score is still 2-0 Staples with about 12 minutes and 35 seconds left to go.
Nice play by it. As kind of as Romy Nystrom is able to keep the ball for Warde defenders, they're not kind of pushing her. She's got kind of some time to make a decision. Staples maintains possession here, and they give it back to Caroline Rochelle, who's over to Valley Chupsa. Over to Isabel Roberts, and kind of they're just toying with her, just like kind of messing her up.
It's almost humorous the way that Staples kind of plays around with Warde and passes it around them. They're kind of taunting them a little bit with their cohesion.
As that ball comes out of their defensive zone. As Isabel Nahan with a nice play to the middle to Chloe Hackett, she's able to keep possession. Hits a Warde's defender's foot, so it looks like we might have another corner coming up.
Alright, this is
out 4 minutes in, so as this one goes to Isabel Nahan.
Their defense is really
Looks to center the ball. She's got 3 Warde defenders on her. She's able to keep possession. She makes a nice move down, but unfortunately loses the ball on that. Back to Isabel Roberts, who is pressed by a Warde defender, but she's able to keep possession. Nice play trying to get to the middle. Still has possession, trying to kind of dangle her way through the feet of the Warde defender, but she loses possession.
As Warde's defense is really stepping it up, but their offense is just not following suit, and Warde is really feeling that right now.
Yes, Isabel Nahan will get a nice shot from the center of the field, but she misses the net. But Caroline Rochelle is able to keep possession.
The score is right now 2-0 Staples, and Warde has possession.
The net actually. Isabel Nahan actually takes the ball and is looking to go towards the net. Unfortunately, she's not able to. Staples maintains possession on that though.
You know, Nikos, it seems like number 14.
Isabel Roberts and Staples is having a very strong game.
Okay. A very strong game, but number 14, Gianni Delia on Warde is really out there by herself. Her team is not really communicating with her, and she's not able to get the ball up the field to get a shot in.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it really is a team game. You can be a standout player without a very cohesive team playing. You can't really be successful in field hockey.
I 100% agree. There's not one great player, it's a great team, really, because it's so fast-paced that there always needs to be somebody on the left, somebody on the right, somebody behind you that you can pass to.
As we're actually a nice pass at the middle, and no looks at attack, but nice play by Caroline Williams. The ball out of Staples zone. She gives it up to Isabel Nahan. Over to Margaret Horna, who looks to kind of move the ball towards the middle, which she's not able to. Nice pass to the middle to Catherine Hazel, who moves it back to Teresa, in the middle of the field. She runs over the Staples S. Stick out of bounds. Fairfield will take over.
Let's see if Fairfield can step up with their offense.
Yeah, as Warde kind of tries to get on the field, as it kind of bounces out, it looks like it will remain Warde ball coming in from their left side.
One thing Staples has is speed, and they are really outrunning at every play Warde at the moment.
Yeah, definitely that kind of cohesive passing plan definitely kind of benefits their instead of running around after the ball they're moving, they kind of just pass the ball around to their teammates, which obviously helps them.
The score right now is 2-0 Rutgers, and it is second period with 7 minutes and 39 seconds left.
As Staples looks to burst the ball towards the Warde net, as Sophia Bluff comes down the right side of the field. Tries to get center, but Warde's able to take it away, but Warde throws it straight out of bounds after taking it over.
Wants to make this work, they cannot just be throwing the towel in and shooting the ball out of bounds. They need to make an actual play, they need to put in some actual shots because...
Yeah, and it looks like Staples' first line is actually coming back on the field, so it'll be interesting to see what happens from there.
Alright, Sabrina Didner, number 21, is now entering the field, and I've heard some great things about her and her offensive capabilities.
As Staples gives the ball right to Tyler Osgood in the middle, but she's able to capitalize on that. Sabrina Dunster, as Caleb just mentioned, is an exceptional field hockey player as she takes the ball, but she passes it right out of bounds.
The second goal shot of the period, and Staples really needs to step it up with their shots. You know, this is just not the level they were, even though they were playing very well, it's not the level they're playing at the first period. But it doesn't matter as much right now because they do have a 2-point lead.
Yeah, as Jess Leon pushes the ball out of bounds, trying to kind of send it through to Tyler Osgood, and Warde will take over, kind of coming up the field.
The score is still 2-0 Staples Rutgers with about 6 minutes left to go.
Definitely an interesting game. Staples really hasn't played their top players for most of the game. They were on the field for the first 5 minutes and scored 2 goals right away, but they'll come back on the field right now. I'd like to see what happens, especially since they were kind of electric at the beginning of the game.
Well, initially, we get to see some new faces on the Staples team. Oh,
Staples pushes the ball right towards the middle, but it looks like this may be a corner.
Staples is really shutting down Warde right now, really adapting to their offensive and defensive capabilities, and it shows Warde really can't get any balls up the field right now.
Yeah, it's Tyler Osgood trying to shot to the net, that's blocked. It's going to come back to Sabrina Didler.
Starting to feel like it's still like every other. It's not like you're getting on the train.
Oh, and that's a goal right
That's
away.
another goal. The score is now 3-0 Rutgers. And, you know, this new first line is really shaping up to be a powerhouse for Staples field hockey. And it seems that...
Yeah, that goal looked to be by Sophia Fidalgo, number 25.
Warde in possession right now.
Borderline.
As Warde kind of throws it out of bounds right when it starts. Screen and takes over right down the side to Tyler Osgood, who looks to kind of attack the man again.
Yeah.
Doing a very good job of holding possession. Gives it back over to Sabrina. Passes it inside the box to number 28, Jesse. Tries to give it over, but it's stopped by Warde as they try to push the ball from the end.
The score is now 3-0 Staples with about 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the lead period.
Yeah, and that ball.
They get possession, they just put it into the hands of another Staples defender. And they don't really have to do much, they don't really have to battle it out. It seems like their passes are not where they need to be to win this game.
Yeah, as we've said over and over again, kind of the passing attack is key to any field hockey team. Without like that cohesive passing attack, you can't push the ball from the field. You can't carry the ball from the field either because you'll just get scored by another team.
The different levels of play and the different styles of playing are really taking entrance on this field today. It seems like both Warde and Staples have very, very different motives and very, very different strategies, and it seems like Staples' strategy of team cohesion and slow, light attacks are really taking shape for Staples to have a lead of 3-0.
Yeah, as Emma Laird's going to take us inside the Fairfield box right now. It's denied right away, and it comes back to Staples' defense, number 15, Lily Harrington, who's actually captain.
Sabrina Dinder with the ball right now.
She's right on, obviously, the Fairfield box. She'll give it over to number 20, number 10, sorry, Nice play by Fairfield Hidalgo, who tries to get the shot out, but that's blocked by Warde defender. Another shot by Staples is saved by the goalie. Nice save by Catherine Foley.
And herself in the goal box are really doing well on blocking the Staples shots, and it's really showing. Warde has the defense, but they just need those offensive capabilities to really do well in this game.
Yeah, Staples is Riley.
Warde has possession right now, and back into Staples.
Yeah, right back to Charlotte Strange on Staples.
Nope. Nikos, this is almost painful to watch.
Yeah, Charlotte Strange tries to bring it back to the box, but Warde didn't get that push back out.
I would not want to be a Warde fan right now. Every time Warde has possessions, over almost 10 seconds later, Staples has possessions because they just don't lack the abilities and have a good pass.
Yeah, it's about. It's tough to play a game where possession is so little as Tyler. I've never taken either nation push that.
Yeah, it really seems that way, and Warde hasn't much offensive on offense again and again. And almost a minute left with in the quarter. Warde has possession.
Yeah, the ball comes right back to Sabrina. Sabrina's in there. As Staples tries to push up the Jesse on the nice one. Able to kind of get around a Warde defender, but it hits her foot. So Staples retains possession. And Malaire with a backhand shot. Nice save by Catherine.
Oh, yeah.
The score is now 3-0 Staples.
Yeah, Warde tried to push that out, but it comes right back to Staples. Fairfield Hidalgo gives it out to number 4. Caroline tries to actually push it into the zone. Nice box does a nice job, but Warde's able to retain possession.
Only 20 seconds left in the second quarter.
Yeah. You can't like once the
Creeping the wall.
Pass over to Fairfield Hidalgo, who makes a nice move, tries it backhand shot, but that misses the net. And that's the second quarter, as Staples is at 3-0, and really Staples has dominated this game, as Warde has had no shots yet halfway through the game.
And I think the only notable play of this goal in the making it 3 points for Staples.
Yeah,
now it seems like
Sophia Hidalgo with the goal. Jessica had the goal earlier.
That's my bad.
Catherine Foley is in a very good game right now. It would be a very kind of lopsided score without her, even though it is 3-0 right now. But it would be kind of a rough time for Warde, definitely.
Warde has possession.
Charlotte Strange takes it back as she kind of pushes towards the Warde. A nice move on the Warde defender as she looks to center it. almost to Tyler Hodgkin, but Jesse Young takes it back. Nice save by Catherine Foley again. Another nice save by Tyler Hodgkin. As Warde's almost able to take it back now. It looks like we'll have a Staples corner again.
Now it's Riley Chipoza and the Staples defense.
Nice play by Fairfield the ball going right down to the shore. Tries to squirt it through. Oh, nice play by number 23 at Warde. That saved the goal right there. And it comes back out to number 21. Serena did it. He's actually coming the other way up in the second half. Away from us.
And we do have an edit. Last time, Strange.
Actually, the second goal by Staples wasn't by Jesse Young. It was kicked in the last minute by Strange. That's the official scorers kind of mix right now.
The score is right now 3-0 with Staples on the offense.
Yeah, and looks like we're going to get another Staples corner before defending suit.
This is Carnage right now on the field. Warde really has to get that offensive in if they want to do anything, if they even want to score any points, because it mostly seems like Staples is just passing it around.
Yeah, Tyler Hodgkin gets the shot and she barely misses that towards the left post, towards the right post. And it looks like Staples is really pushing the next goal in the field. Already makes the quarters. This quarter in a very nice kind of first 3 minutes by Catherine Foley again, and she's had 3 or 4 saves right in her doorstep as Warde gets the ball back up the field, but right back to Sophia Fidalgo, who pushes it back towards the net. And number 10, Catherine Hazel, had a little bit of a miss-hit, and Warde is able to take it back. Nice play for Strange, who gets it to the middle to number 20, Jesse Leon, but it's her foot, so Warde's going to take over from there.
Now hopefully Warde can take it up the field and maybe get any sort of offense in without having a Staples defender take it right off them. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, actually it looks like Warde comes right out of bounds and it comes right back to shore by Strange for Jesse Leon, but Warde defender takes the ball, but it actually hits the defender's foot, so Staples will take back over.
Because I would not want to be a Warde fan right now because it seems like the defense is going to offense just doesn't have it right now, and it's very frustrating.
Yeah, Staples is pushing towards their goal again with Fidalgo. He tries to give it to the middle to number 10, Catherine Hazel, but that is pushed back out of bounds. Looks like Staples will take over again on this. Let's give it back to Charlotta Strange in the baseline. He tries to center it to Jesse Leon. Nice play. Oh, it's the outside of the net. That's another close chance for Staples.
Now, Staples is still going for goals, still have that kind of get as many goal attitude that they really need to really win this game. And you never know if anything can come back, but right now it does not look like the score is going to go up. The score is right now 3-0 Staples with 10 minutes and 50 seconds left to go.
Staples is definitely keeping his foot on the gas pedal. Fidalgo has another shot. She's bringing it back in. Oh, Catherine Foley out of her mind right now. 2 point-blank saves again right in front of us.
Catherine Foley right now is the current MVP, I feel like, on the Warde team. She is saving every ball that is coming to her, with a few exceptions. She is really upholding the Warde team on her own back.
Yeah, I mean, she's really the MVP of my game right now. Without her, we'd be in a blowout right now. She's had 3 or 4 point-blank saves again and again, as she makes another save right there.
There is so much. The score is now 4-0 Rutgers. There is so much that Catherine Foley can do. She had 3 saves. All if your defense isn't working with you.
Staples just swarms. Staples put it in, and she's had some save up top 3 runs too, but she just can't. She just can't kind of keep it up the entire game. Kind of being
she needs a team around her, and that's what we should keep repeating the whole game. To play Fairfield, Hodgkin needs a communicative and a team that we can pass it.
Yeah.
Now it seems that the score right now is 4-0 Rutgers. Ward does a good job of getting possession, but they haven't do an awful job of keeping that possession. They need to pass. They need to be able to keep the balls in their hands.
Nice play by Jesse. Another nice move by Jesse. Another nice move by Jesse. Passes to Charlotte, straight to the middle to get a shot. Gives it out to number 10. Tyler Austin wants to pull it out of a Warde. It just looks like it'll be a net water, actually. So Staples is doing all these points for the lead. Tyler Austin's last goal was initially a Warde shot by Hidalgo.
Lucas, I don't know about a Warde Achilles heel. It seems like the whole team is healed.
Yeah, they're definitely got some kind of structural work to do. Staples almost hits that. Looks like a high stick.
Warde really needs to step it up during this game. They need to keep possession, but their defense is doing a very good job in getting it out of possession of Staples.
Yeah, Jesse Leon's actually got that possession. He makes a nice drag move kind of around a few defenders. Looks like a through ball to his number.
Like Staples is really losing steam. They're just not. They're probably tired, but it seems that Warde defense has really stepped it up, and Staples is responding to that.
Yes, Staples is the very best.
And we got some fans back here rooting for Staples. We got a nice super fan spirit we have here.
yes, Staples is the very best.
Yeah, shout out to Noah Robinson for providing that energy towards this game.
Noah Robinson is actually the number, and maybe we can do another radio show on his performance in the FCA.
Yeah, Noah's got a big meet tomorrow, so you better be checking out tonight. Bowen Park and the Bobbinger Falls, New York. Tyler Oskin towards the Jess Leon towards the middle line. Staples tries to get another goal.
They are playing very close to the goal right now. Warde must be sweating, and one of these shots has to go in where Catherine Foley just cannot make that save because nobody is that good.
Yeah, Staples just looks to take another corner with left in the third quarter. Brings that to something with Hidalgo, passes over to Jess Leon. Gives it right back to Hidalgo.
And that is it.
Third goal or blue and white.
Looks
We
like
will
the third
fight.
goal for Cynthia Hidalgo.
Third goal for
No,
Cynthia.
sorry, second goal. Correct.
Oh, second.
But nice goal.
DB team for Staples running around the field. They are taking in all that glory, the 44 seconds into the third quarter, and it's a great game.
Yeah, it is a great game for Staples. I don't know much about Warde, but Staples has definitely been playing a very good team game. We're just really got to step through their individual players, but their team plan is best.
Their defense is doing very well, but their offense is really not doing very well, and they really just need to step it up because this is almost embarrassing for Warde as they are not doing the best with the capabilities they have.
Yeah, Staples should be getting it back to our last team. So it's like kind of their last game. She moved the ball from the field. Nice play up to Catherine Field. She looks for maybe as well to Hahn as she is giving it back to her. Moves it over to number 7, Caroline. It's kind of they just pass the ball around the board, keeping possession really.
That seems they're actually pulling the board a little bit, passing it around them, kind of dribbling out, maybe even wasting time.
Warde actually gains the ball and saves it beside the field. And possibly even possession. This is probably the closest they got to Staples' goal all game as they look to get a shot. It bounces off a Staples defender, so it looks like Warde actually may have the Actually, never mind. Staples looks like they gains possession. A little bit of confusion on the field right now.
Warde has had yet to have one strong offensive push into the Staples goal, and they have not had one shot. And it really shows that Staples is not too afraid of kind of just playing their best, playing until the end. I think it'll just be very hard for Warde to get those 5 goals in the game, or even tie the game.
Yeah, it's been a nice move out of Warde defending around whatever 10 looks like we'll overtake possession. As is it on the hop with a nice ball, take the ball back, Chloe hacking into nice move for a defensive flag. He looks like she's moving the ball. And Warde will take over. Number 20 and Warde moves the ball up the field.
Now, Warde has possession. Let's see if they can keep it. And they cannot. Staples' defense is really on those Warde defenders, and it really shows those Warde defenders do that speed to kind of dodge dislodge those Staples defenders so that whenever they get past you, they don't lose possession.
Yeah, Staples possession towards half the field again. Push the ball towards the ball. Nice shot. I say that. Looks like Ward's going to get between possession and the opposite stick. Back to somewhere Staples stick. Back to number 7.
Let's go, Staples!
And we got these stands going crazy with no Robeson.
Oh, very nice shot by Ismail Nahan that goes wide. That's a really shot.
Staples gets another point. And the fans back here are wild.
Yeah!
With a quarter of the cross-country team now in the stands going insane. Staples' pride is something that cannot be matched by Warde, who has a very weak fan section right now. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's definitely a strong aspect of Staples' school in general. We've got a very strong fan section at every game. Like, all teams like to support each other. It's a nice aspect of our school.
Of course, yeah. And we have Noah Robeson, the top cross-country runner right now in the country, or I'm sorry, in the state. And she has come in with a 15. And he just signaled over to me and he asked for a munchkin. Not the best for your diet, Noah, but you know, we can all make exceptions for it's a happy day. Staples is winning. And the score is now 5-0. Staples with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah, as Warde pushes the ball out of Staples.
Warde having no munchkins because they are playing very badly and they have 0 points.
Yeah, but it looks like hopefully Warde can turn around in the fourth quarter and at least make it kind of a little bit interesting, but I'm not sure about that. Staples played very strong this week.
Warde with possession right now. Can they keep it? They cannot.
Yeah, Catherine Abel is able to take the away. Nice pass to Margaret, who is able to get the ball. And Warde's going to take over and Staples is half the field. They give it right to this one to high.
I really wonder if Staples should, play their JV team speakers who usually sit on the bench for the varsity team. It seems like a very good chance to do so.
Yeah, usually actually Staples is their second line. Usually their first line down their first line. Really happy to almost score the goal.
Let's go, Staples!
Wild!
Very exciting times for the Staples Field Hockey program.
And we actually have a special guest, Jordan Fisher, right now at the stands. He is a Staples super fan. You cannot see that. And he's a Staples super fans legend. How are we doing? How are we doing, Jordan? He says he's doing good and he is very excited to see Staples winning with 5-0 Staples.
Yeah, Staples pushes the ball in the back. Well, actually, she can. Very nice play by the ball. Throws the ball in a bounce.
Warde is not really making so many changes. It seems that they are able to get the ball up a little bit, but they're not making the necessary changes to win this game or even to get a shot in. Warde still has the ball right now, but they, number 22 is being double teamed by 2 Staples defenders.
D-E-F-E-M-S-E! Defense!
As the fan section goes wild behind us, as Staples' defense was to hold up against this Warde attack. And it's like Staples'
F-I-E-L-D! H-O-C-K-E-Y! Is the best!
Margaret Hornig runs the ball up the field. The third quarter ends. I'm actually looking at it right on my screen, so I can tell you guys it's F-I-E-L-D.
And it is F-I-E-L-D. F-I, notably, Tyler Oskin, who has had 1 goal, right?
Yeah,
had a goal this game.
3 goals actually, 2 goals and an assist. It's like, Sophia Fidalgo also with 2 goals. So both very good players who will kind of the Staples field hockey program for years to come.
No, that's not a fair call.
The hot takes the goal and tries to get it. Sophia Blum tries another shot, but it's blocked by a defender.
The Staples offense piercing through the Warde defense, but they cannot make it to the goal as they need some better shots.
Yep.
The score is 5-0 Staples record. Isn't that right?
Yes.
L-E-T-S-G-O-S-T-A-B-L-E-S-F-I-E-L-D-H-O-C-K-E-Y.
Interesting chant by the fan section behind us.
the fan section is going crazy with all 2 of the Staples cross country team showing up for their fellow Patriots of the Staples Wreckers.
Yeah, he's Warde takes the ball back from Staples, looks to move it up the field.
Of course.
We'll see what they can do. Oh, nice block by Sophia Bluff. Gives over to Isabel trying to move towards the net. She gives over to and Chloe Hackett almost gets a breakaway right there as Warde clears it back out, but it's going out of bounds. So it looks like Sophia Anderson will take the pass from Staples.
Now I gotta say, I have a lot of sympathy for Catherine Foley, who is actually playing most of the award game right now, it seems, as most of the other team isn't really working as well as Catherine Foley. But it seems Warde has a possession right now. Let's see what they can do there.
Yeah, as Riley totally attacks that attacker, but unfortunately it looks like she gets the ball right back to Warde. They try to get it inside the circle.
And Riley Chutza is really just kind of, just embarrassing Warde right now. Every time there is a possession, it just seems to get right back into Riley Chutza's stick.
Yeah, it's just on the hollow scenario, but she loses the ball to the Warde defender. It's a big collision in the middle of the field, and whoever takes possession.
It seems like
Wins a foot race to get the ball from Warde attacker. He's able to make a nice move.
right now it seems that Staples is faster. They're more in the game, and it seems like they just have more raw talent than Warde has right now, and they just do not have enough to win the game.
Let's go, Staples!
Gives it to number 2, Roman Newsbo, who moves the ball to the field, but unfortunately loses it to the net. She's actually able to retain possession.
Let's go, Staples!
Nice shot. It's the post. It comes back out. Margaret Thornton looks to get a shot from the net. She pushes it towards the net, but it's
The score high school field hockey is full of ups and downs, twists and turns, you never know. And the fans right now are going wild. Let's go!
Margaret Thornton takes a shot, but it's blocked by a defender. Much to the disappointment of Noah Robinson. Oh, nice move by number 3.
S-C-A-P-L-E-S, Staples is the very best!
Gives over to Chloe Hackett. Chloe Hackett with a nice move, looking at a shot.
N-D-W-H-I-C-E H-R-E-S-T-A-P-L-E.
And we got some fans. We got some fans who are very, very excited, who are getting very rowdy and are trying to pick deep with Warde right now. Let's see if Warde has a possession right now. Let's see what they can do with it. And what can they do? Let's see, and it goes right back into the Staples picture.
Warde actually has some great possession as they try to get the center into receiver.
And Warde's goalie just took a swing as she seems very bored. But maybe some people behind us, maybe you or me should go in and sub for her as she seems to be very tired, picking up all the slack from the Warde team.
Yeah, as number 2, Romy used on trying to use the ball. Actually, she retained possession.
And it seems like Warde has a possession, not anymore.
Number 8 is up.
It's a nice move by Staples. Looks like number 8, Sophia Anderson, moving the ball from the field again. But it looks like Warde gets possession back. Staples is kind of playing a little bit sloppy right now in this fourth quarter.
Nico, Warde does not have a strategy for keeping it up the field. And that's why,
looks like a penalty on Isabel Nahon.
They're passing right into the Staples defense, and it is really showing with the score of 19 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, Staples actually brings their first time back on the field. Try to kind of take advantage of this opportunity within their circle. As they try to throw it back, Charlotte Strange gets the ball kind of right in front of the slot of Warde's net, but it looks like it's a Warde foot, so it looks like we'll have another corner coming up.
Corners, but it seems like right now they're getting back into their old habits earlier in the game with many corners, and they are really right now just giving up goals.
Yeah, so we'll see number 12, Charlotte Strange.
Let's see what they can do.
Let's go, Staples!
Looks like Tyler Austin's going to get a shot as Warde's defenders rush back.
Oh, the shot.
It's a nice tip.
Oh! Let's go! Let's go!
Nice goal by Emma Laird, number 19.
Let's go, 19!
Gets past with 8 minutes and 24 seconds left, making the score 6-0. Very nice play by. No, it looked like number 28, Tyler Oskin, took the initial shot.
Making waves on this field, as I think she's a bit new to the game, and it seems like many stars can be made out of this game from the freshman and sophomore class, as we've seen, especially because on the other team, Catherine Foley, who is actually a junior right now, but she is making waves on the amount of saves she has. It's 6-0 Staples with 8 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Let's see if we can pick it up. A very exciting and a bit repetitive game.
Yeah, as Jess Leon tries to make the move defense. Very nice move, actually. Looks to center it, but gets into the stop that pushes it right out of bounds.
Shot and keep getting shot on, but I would say to the offense that they really need to pick it up. The defense needs to get up the field, and when they do get it up the field, you know, Warde needs to know what to do with it.
Yeah, that's actually the hat trick.
That's a hat trick. 3 goals. Sofia Fidalgo making waves on this field right now. It is very, very impressive.
Yeah, Staples winning 7-0.
There are winners and losers. Does not seem like Warde is a winner.
It's too soon.
Yeah, I'll say you never know about these comebacks. You see the amazing stuff.
You know,
I had 7-0 with 7 minutes left.
Personally, because I am hoping for a Hail Mary. I'm hoping for a few goals, just so we can just get rid of this depressing scene we see right now.
Let's go, Staples!
With this crowd going crazy.
A lot of straight for teams possession off the Carolyn Davis.
Let's go!
That's it for Tyler Oskin, number 28. So we got 2 freshman hat tricks today as Staples takes an 8-0 lead with 6:52 left in the fourth.
Now, my word of the day today is freshmen. The freshmen are making waves up Warde, and it really seems like they are doing very well, and it's a very, very promising future for
all time.
And there is 6 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game with the score 8-0 Staples, and let's see if Warde can turn the tides, which it does not seem very promising right now.
Let's go, Staples!
Oh, no. Nice play by Warde with the ball, but they're trying to put the field. As Sofia Fidalgo gains possession again and gets it over to number 4, Caroline Cooper.
Who's got 16?
As it looks like Staples is trying to make a move off the baseline for the ball for command. Number 16 Riley shoots out all the way up from a defensive perch. As I'll be joined by Noah Robinson right now.
Good morning, Westport.
Oh, we're switching. So starting for that short break, we had a little bit of technical difficulties. Staples pushes the ball towards the field. Jessica going with another nice play. And Noah's about to game now. Showing me right now. Maybe a goal. We'll see what the referees have to say about it. Looks like a goal by Lily Harrington, captain.
They can't hear you. You can't hear us. Oh.
Is it dead? What's the heck? Where's your... stung like 2 weeks ago.
Are you ran into a bee?
No,
You
it
got
was,
stung on the neck.
what, the second time?
Oh.
Yeah, so I said if he can't get in,
Who's on post? Who's on post?
I said if he can't get in, like a post control.
Coach game? Interview?
Good.
This one can end.
One.
If we're
Yeah, can I
gonna be on the
film?
radio. No, we're gonna be in the studio.
Oh, really? Can we go?
The username is wait, look.
Gino at WW.
Middle.
Gino at www.fm.com. Gino
Number 20 is wide open.
Alright.
I can't go to that late.
10.
What's wrong with what's his name?
Go again?
Oh.
Yes, it's just white girl. I'm not talking. I need talking. No one's talking. Out. Ariana, you should be back. And Lily, you should be back.
Warde, you're breaking.
There's 19 open.
Alright, we're good, we're good. Ask her
19
if
is
she's here.
open. 20 is open.
Technical difficulties with that. Staples is now up 9-0, and with 1 minute and 51 seconds to go left in the game. With Staples on the offensive, and another goal by number 15, Lily Harrington, a captain, a new name right now, but she is one of the older captains of the field hockey team. This is Caleb Fleischman and Nikos Ninia. The score is now 10-0 with Lily Harrington just making a goal against Warde with 1 minute and 34 seconds left. This is Caleb Fleischman on WWPT 90.3 FM with the field hockey game against Warde.
Yeah, it's hopefully we come back from technical difficulties.
Let's go, Staples!
Welcome back to WAPT 90.3 FM. And hopefully we can come back from some technical difficulties that we've been having.
Westport.
Everyone should be back. Everybody
This
should
is
be back.
WWPT FM and Staples on the offensive. 40 seconds left to go. The crowd is going wild. Not 10. The score is now 10-0 with Warde giving up many goals.
Caleb, you're not on air. Caleb.
You guys are letting this dribble right in front of you. Katie, step up to it.
Yeah. I had 50% big straight on the battery. A 10. Yeah. Yeah, and we usually connect in, but yeah. Okay. Alright, thank you. I know, yeah.
The best. This is the best team. Yeah. I watched it. Let's go, Staples! Let's go, Staples!